Hi guys, this is Jeff at Slavens Racing. This video is about how to use the Connectivity Unit Off-Road. The acronym is CUO, and that is this piece right here. And this is only comes stock on the 24 KTM factory edition models. But you can also buy this kit and put it on your regular 24 model XCF or SXF or the 23 XCs and SX models. And you can buy it as just this unit to connect the CUO, or you can buy the combination of this, the GPS, and then the different rear front fender that accommodates that. Okay, what this does, this GPS works with the LITPro app. LITPro is an app that tracks you as you go around a racetrack, a race course. And if you've tuned in any of the supercrosses this year, you've probably seen I think maybe one night they showed how the LITPro works, where different lines on the track will give you different lap times. So that's what that does. That's for recording information as you go around the track, and it will show you. It will work in combination with this, which is connected to the engine management system, and it will show you this LITPro thing with the GPS. Will show you throttle positions, RPM levels, top speeds in different sections, lap times. The list goes on and on. It gives a lot of valuable data if you're a racer and you're wanting to improve. If you're not a racer, well then you probably don't need that part and you'll need this. So the whole kit with the fender and the GPS is like $250. With this by itself, I think is in the $180 range. We've got all those on our website, slavensracing.com. So let's just get into how to use them here. And this is going to be fairly rudimentary. I'm not going to get into a bunch of advanced details about this, and I highly recommend that you spend some time out at the track or wherever learning how to use the system. All right, so there's several ways that you can turn it on. This is the button right here that turns it on or off, and then right next to it is the button. These are not buttons here, these are just lights. So this is the only button, and this light shows you that it's on, this one shows you that it's Bluetooth is on, this one shows you that the Wi-Fi is on, and this one shows you that the GPS is on. All right, so the way you can turn them on is you can push this button, and it will time out after, I don't know exactly how long, I'm going to guess 2 or 3 minutes. It will time out. So if you're doing your initial setup, you want to make sure you can do it fairly fast. The other way that you can have it on is by just starting the engine. And then the third way is the way I do it. If you happen to have some 2-strokes around, the fuel-injected ones, so then you probably have one of these. It's just a dongle, and what this does is just turn on the ignition system. And then back here is the access port to get into the ECU. And this is what the access port was, what the factory, or not the factory, the dealers use. So if you got to take your bike in to have the mapping upgraded or error code cleared or something, or you're having an issue and they just want to look on their computer for error codes, this is where they plug in. And this is, you can see this little mounting tab right here. This piece slides over that mounting tab. It's a little bit awkward, and then this cap comes off, and then you've got the plug. Okay, so then from there you can plug in the dongle. Try it like this. I'm doing all this one-handed. I'm sure you just heard the ignition system turn on. All right, so now the bike is turned on. We'll go up here. You can see that the CUO is coming on. Shows the power is on here. Shows the GPS is on. The Bluetooth is coming on. Anyhow, from here, guys, once you've got this turned on, then you've got to pair your phone app with the CUO. All right, and you should go to the App Store. If you've got an iPhone, just go to the App Store. If you've got an iOS, I think you go to, I don't know where you go, Google Store or something. Anyhow, get the KTM Connectivity Unit Off-Road app. And then I'll show you from there what it does. All right, so stay tuned and I'll switch over to that part. Okay guys, so now I'm on my iPhone here and you can see this orange app. It says KTM. And you need it, like I said before, you need to download that from the App Store. And it's free. Okay, so I'm going to tap on that. All right, so I've already got my buddy's bike in here. And it says NUP, that's his name. But it's going to come up with a different screen for you. It's going to ask you to either type in the VIN number or to scroll through a list of bike models and then choose the bike that you have. And then you'll have to, I think it's in the top left corner, you'll have to tap on pair devices. And then it will pair with the unit up on your fork leg there. All right, so from here, let's see here, this looks a little weird. Auto logging disabled. Connection, close. All right, so from here you can go into a lot of different stuff, and I highly recommend you just go out to the track someday by yourself, or maybe with a buddy, and just mess with these different settings on it. All right, so you've got rider. Let's see, I'm not sure what's in that part. Oh, that's part of the LITPro. So if you want the LITPro, that's where you go to get it, $69 a year. This is engine, suspension, service booklet, and manuals. Okay, so let's go here to engine. Tap on it, and you can click on create a new map. And then you can see it's got all kinds of stuff in here, basic or advanced. We're just going to stick with basic. You can put a name to that map, because you can store a whole bunch of maps and come back to them later and use them. And then you can pick the track type, sand, gravel, hard, we'll say gravel. Track conditions, we'll say wet. And down here you can choose traction control. This is just a slide bar. The middle setting is obviously the factory setting. Then you can upload that to your bike. Or you can go to advanced. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go to advanced. And then advanced down here is a lot more stuff. So you've got the same track conditions up here. But down here you can add or subtract engine braking. You just do that. Just move the toggle where you want it. Or the slide bar, excuse me. Throttle response, how aggressive you want it or how mellow you want it. Same thing with traction control, launch control. So launch control and traction control are very similar in that launch control controls the amount of traction on a start as you're ripping through the gears on the starting line. And then it shuts off right after that. And then it would default to the other traction control settings that you have in here. All right, this is for the quick shift. And if you're not familiar with quick shift, what it basically does is it shuts the motor off for a split second while you shift. So you don't have to use the clutch. You can just, if you've got this enabled, you can just lift the shift lever and it will cut the motor off just for a split second. You know, in race cars and even hot rod street cars and stuff, you'll hear them do it or something like when they're shifting. Well, that's what that is. It's cutting off the ignition for just a second. So you can do it on the different gears here. You can make notes here of how you like it. There's a lot of things that are very easy to use here. Okay, let's go back. Okay, go back. All right, on the suspension, you can go in there. Create new suspension settings. And you can put a name in here on it also. You can put in your weight, as long as, and plus your gear weight. Make sure you do accurate measurements, guys. And then track type, and it will give you suggestions down here on what to use for the different clicker settings, the air pressure, yada yada yada. All right, you can see this is a pretty simple, I mean, it's a very complex app, but it's very simple to use, actually. I haven't looked in the service booklet yet. Okay, get started. Some of the stuff you just need to, dive in and start tapping around. You can always reset it back to where it was originally. Manuals in here, let's see what it says. So CUO manual and owner's manual, okay. So like I said, this is just a very, very basic introduction to this new CUO app, but you can see that it's just easy to use. You don't have to worry about damaging something or messing up your ECU or loading a bad map or any of those things, because it's got fail-safes on everything. Okay, you can change your units. I see it's in metric right now. I could change it to imperial if I want. I highly recommend you just go in and start banging around. Let's see what this says. Yep. Okay. Well, that's really about all you need to know on this today. I'm not sure. I've got a long queue of videos the guys want made, so I might or might not make a more advanced one in the future. I am going to go out to the track with this bike and with the guy that owns it, and he's going to burn some laps. We'll get some pictures and video of that, and then we'll do some experimenting with different settings while we're there. All right, guys, I hope this helps you out a little bit. And if you would, please like us on Instagram and Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. Stop by the store whenever you get a chance, and hope to see you out on the trail. That's all for now.